Hey, Supernatural fans. This is Mary. This is my old car. She's back in the shop. Marcus moved to Seattle, and he moved there Monday, and this is Thursday. So he's already in Seattle, and he left Mary with me. He had a list of things that he wanted done to her. Basically, Marcus has had Mary painted now close to 3 years and stuff. And if you go back onto one of my videos, I was talking about rust coming through. And rust started coming through on this car. And basically, as I mentioned in my other videos, these panels are layered. And dirt, stuff for over the years gets back up and wedged in there. And you can wash his car, power spray it, whatever. You can't get into these sections because this stuff collects over years and years and years. And so she started having a little bit of rot bubble through on the dog leg, which the dog leg is right here between the rear tire and the rear door. So, and then up here in the corner of the fender again. And it was just this side doing it. And what causes the front fender is there's a brace back there and things just collect. And over time, it just starts rotting back out. So as I mentioned in my other video, this is something that people with these cars, no matter you've had them restored and stuff, it's just probably going to happen. One of the things that you'll fight. And I know it's not something you guys want to hear, but that's the joy of owning an old car. Mary has all the rust and everything has been taken, cut out, new metal put in. Obviously, she's primed now, waiting for paint, but this primer has to wait 24 hours. So we did this probably yesterday around 2 o'clock or so. When I say we, Dawn, you don't put me around a paint gun. Well, if you do, it's gonna take a while to make it look right for me. So Mary also underneath, we put in, of course, I know she's got a car cover on it, but new fuel line, new fuel filter, a new heater hose. One heater hose had basically been rubbing against the fan belt or air conditioning belt, and it's kind of grooving it and stuff. So we just went ahead and put in, I put in the new hoses and stuff. We also put a new air filter in it because she was looking pretty sad. Something else that's going to happen, Mary, we're going to pull out the original. When this car was being done, Marcus wanted to keep the original tubing for the AC vents and stuff, and I told him that's not a good idea, but he said, oh, they're in good shape, and they did. They looked in awesome shape, but the problem is it was made out of material, and that stuff leaks air through the vents and stuff. So we're going to put on new plastic tubing, which is be far more superior, and that's going to get done. Mary's got a problem with the switch for the blower for the fan. Oh, this thing also got a new fan switch in it, or a blower motor and fan. And then we had to order a new blower switch, fan switch. So we're going to put that in when we do the tubing. So that will be what has to be left for the inside. Outside, okay, let me come over here to Francis, Kevin's car, and now I'm going to explain something. Okay, so these control arms down here, I hope you guys can see this. As I said, my camera, the lighting. See these two holes right here? There's a setting, and to get your car more, what I say, elevated, jacked up in the rear, you want this bolt hole here on this, okay? The top hole. Mary's is on the bottom hole, and it still looks good. I mean, she still looks good, but she sets a little lower in the rear. Now, I'm gonna come in here and show you. So there is, see how she's set kind of low right there? Okay, well, let me come over here, and I'm gonna show you the darkness. I step on some plastic bubbles. See how she's sitting taller there? I'm actually coming around to this side because we got a hood off a Galaxy there. But see how the darkness sits taller there? So we're going to do this to Mary. And to do this, we got to drop the exhaust system and move everything up. It's going to take a while. You know, we got to do it right. And we're going to get Mary so she's sitting up a little taller in the old ass back there. And I'm trying to think what else. I think that's about it. And then once we get this car all done, Marcus is going to have a company shipped, come pick up Mary, and it'll be shipped back up to Seattle for him and Megan, and then they can start enjoying Mary up there. So I'm obviously really sad to see this car go. This car was a big part of my life. For those of you who don't know, back in season 10 on the documentary, they wanted me to drive my car around and film it, and this was the car. So back then she was blue. She was a real pretty blue. And you know, this car, my God, I drove this thing really pretty much solid for 7 years, except for the wintertime. Wintertime I always parked it. But spring, summer, and fall, rain, me and Mary are on the road. And this car never, ever left me stranded. The only thing I ever did to her was change the oil, thermostat, I put a new battery, an alternator in her, and a new shocks and springs in the rear, and the tires on wheels. And I just drove her. And I love this car. She's always going to have a very special place in my heart, and I'm going to miss her. But I'm going to miss my friends too, because that's how I met Marcus and Megan, was through Mary, because they ended up buying Mary, and we just became family. I mean, seriously, I consider these people my family. And things happen for reasons. And I'm going to be building a different car. I'm going to be building, and a lot of people are going to ask, well, Rick, why did you, if you love Mary and she was so good, why did you sell her? I wanted to build a car that had a lot more power. And to do that, I was going to have to change a lot of things on this car. And I thought that was kind of a little crazy. So I bought a car that had everything I needed. And so I figured somebody else should enjoy her. And Marcus and Megan not only have enjoyed her, but they've done so much to help out other people. This car has raised, I want to say, and Marcus, Megan, if I get the number wrong, I'm sorry. I want to say $16,000 for charity, various charities altogether. I know they did things for the veterans, and they've done things for animal shelters and battered women houses, and I mean, it just goes on. And Marcus and Megan have always been top notch, always giving, always giving, and they've done that with Mary, you know, and so that's something really cool in my book. So we're going to get Mary all done up, and when it's all done, I'll do the final video on her. That way you guys can see her all done up, and we'll do a really good documentary on this car for the shop here. And so anyway, guys, there's Mary and a little what's happening with her right now. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Goodbye.